What's going on, guys? Aggronix here, and welcome to the final of Season 3 of the Elysian UCL League. Before we get into this, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video, so much for, the support over this season has been fantastic. Me playing this season has been a lot of fun, and I'm really gunning to win. I'm recording this before the game because I feel like recording a prep after the game. You might be able to hear it in my voice, but this is honestly before the game, so I have really high hopes for this game. I think we can definitely win as long as I play it right. You'll see the aspect ratio on your screen right now is kind of weird. I'm kind of zoomed in on Aggron's face, but once we get into the team builder, you'll know why, because I actually found out a really cool way of showing you it without having like a huge just portion of the screen blocked. So I'm just going to quickly run through Sorensen's team. And as you can see here, I'll show you on the left, you obviously have my team. On the right, Sorensen's. Very powerful team. Very defensive. He's been playing very bulky all season, being able to stall out his opponents, which is definitely on my mind the most. That's definitely the thing that I'm most worried about. And he also has some really hard hitters, though. He has the Dragalge, which choice specs adaptability does incredibly huge damage to a lot of things on my team. He has Luxray. Choice Bandit will do a lot, especially with the team that I've brought. And of course then you have mons like Sceptile obviously hits pretty hard, but then you have mons like Florges and Slowbro that can set up on you and then hit hard. Even if he wants to bring a nasty plot, Trick Room, Cofagrigus, which would be really cool to see. I don't predict that, just only because he hasn't brought it all season, and using such a weird tactic like that in the playoffs, I don't know if he'll do it. I wouldn't do it just because, you know, you want to go in what you're comfortable with, but his team is very scary. Luckily, I feel like the matchup is kind of in our favor as long as I play it right. I have answers to everything on his team. Nothing on his team just screams, I cannot deal with this. So that's the thing that I'm most happy about. I have somewhat checks to everything, and I have offensive checks or even counters to some things, which is really awesome. So let's get into this. Let's go into the team builder. As you can see here, we have Mega Blastoise Turbo starting off the team. Very standard set, but standard is sometimes very good. And against this team, Blastoise is incredibly well. We are running Scald, the Dark Pulse, Aura Sphere, and Rapid Spin. Scald is there for many things on his team. Hits everything on his team for something. He has no Water Absorb, he has no, what's the other one? Storm Drain, he has nothing like that. Slowbro resist it, and Sceptile resist it. But I believe that is it. And Dragalge resist it. That's the only ones. And those mons, like for example, Florges is the only one that really want to come in, because Slowbro doesn't want to take a Dark Pulse, and Dragalge might be worried of an Ice Beam. We are running Dark Pulse for the Cofagrigus because Rapid Spinning is very important for me, because if he brings Fortress and starts setting up, I could be in a bit of trouble. So Rapid Spinning is very important to me, and because of that, I feel like Cofagrigus is like 100% coming because of that. So Dark Pulse is easily gonna one-shot that. After Rocks, I think it is a one-shot. And Aura Sphere is there for the Registeel, because Registeel is a very scary mon. Aura Sphere is also there for, there was one thing else, the Ursa Ring, just in case I need it. It also does that, and Dark Pulse also hits the Slowbro, which is very important. This thing, Blastoise, is probably my most offensive check to Slowbro. Slowbro is a very scary mon. So the way I've done it in my mind is, if he brings Calm Mind, he can't bring Thunder Wave. If he brings Thunder Wave, he can't really bring Calm Mind. So we have to figure out what set he is. If he goes for Thunder Wave, I'm not scared of the Slowbro anymore. Heatran 2 shots with Eruption, which is fucking insane. And Blastoise 2 shots with Dark Pulse. Now, if I swap in on Slowbro and he clicks Calm Mind, Dark Pulse 2 still 2 shots. If he Calm Minds again after the first Dark Pulse and he's at full, Dark Pulse still has a very good chance of killing on the second one, even at +2. Just because reasons. And also, if rocks are up, that's very important as well. Obviously, if he isn't up at Regenerator. Very interested to see what he has for Blastoise. Obviously, his best switch into this thing is Sceptile, offensively, but obviously Ice Beam is very scary, so he cannot really do that. So I feel like Florges is going to come in on Blastoise every single time, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. Very excited to use Blastoise. This set does just so much damage to a lot of things, and really looking forward to it. And the other mon in contingency with this mon forms a great offensive pair. Choice Specs Heatran. 2 shots everything on his team. No joke. Everything. Nothing on his team takes a Choice Specs Eruption and then another Choice Specs Eruption from full. That's why we're running Flamethrower. If I'm not at full, I'm going to be able to click Flamethrower. Also, if I run out of Eruptions, which was what happened against Swag, I can click Flamethrower instead and still do decent damage. Flamethrower still does a lot. Earth Power is there to hit the Typhlosion. It also hits the Dragalge, and Flash Cannon is there for the obvious Florges, as it's super effective and almost one-shots. If he has no investment in special defense, just HP, it does one-shot, I believe, or very, very close to after rocks. If he does run especially defensive, I still two-shot. The 104 in speed, see, if you don't know, Eruption, you have to run a Quiet Nature to run Eruption. You have to. Which really, really sucks, because it means I have to, like, you know, get my speed. I have to basically sacrifice a lot of speed to run Eruption. So the 104 basically means that I can outspeed a Florges, because after the speed drop from the Quiet Nature, I dropped a lot. I'd actually get outsped by Florges, which is really, really important. I want to be able to outspeed Florges, because a fast Florges using Calm Mind is really, really scary, and I don't like it at all. Calm Mind Florges is something I definitely see coming, just because he's done it every single week, and I have prepped for it. I have prepped for it tremendously. And I feel like Heatran is very, very important to me winning this game. Heatran, when Typhlosion dies, Heatran gets a kill every time it comes in, which is really awesome. The reason I say Typhlosion is because Typhlosion obviously has Flash Fire. While Typhlosion is around, we have to be very, very careful when we click Eruption. Obviously, he can't really come in on Heatran because he doesn't want to take an Earth Power, but at the same time, I can't really come on him because... Come on. That sounds so bad. I can't really come in on the Typhlosion because he could go for Focus Blast or Hidden Power or Ground or whatever. But Heatran's very, very important. And again, the same as me, he might not want to click Eruption while my Heatran's alive. So very, very funny how that works out. We're going to move on to the next two mons. Somewhat of a bulky pair. We have Gatekeeper Zygarde and Quarantine the Weezing. Now we have a choice banded Zygarde because, like I said, his team is very, very bulky. I just need to burst holes through his team. Earthquake is there because it hits a lot of things on his team. It two-shots a Florges, which is really fucking awesome. A defensive Florges, that is. Physically defensive, which is great. Obviously kills the Weezing. Sorry, Weezing, whoops. Kills the Registeel and kills the Cofagrigus. It does a lot to Cofagrigus anyway. Crunch is there as well, if I need it. And the good thing is about Cofagrigus as well, if he wants to come in, Mummy doesn't really matter to Zygarde because Aura Break is pretty useless. It's only useful against Xerneas and Yveltal, which are in Ubers, so there's no real need for Aura Break, but there's no other ability I can give it, so really sucks. Pokemon, get on that. Game Freak, give Zygarde a better ability. Come on. And then Extreme Speed is there because it does 50% of Mega Sceptile, which is really, really awesome. Outrage does a tremendous amount of damage to all of his team except for Registeel and Florges. I believe that is his only resistances. And Fortress as well. And Crunch hits the Slowbro and the Cofagrigus, which is really nice. Now, like I just said, a big problem with Zygarde is that it gets stopped by things like Fortress, Registeel, Cofagrigus, stuff like that. And, well, Weezing doesn't deal with Cofagrigus, it does deal with Florges, Registeel, and Fortress very, very well. Black Sludge, Will-O-Wisp with Clear Smog for Flamethrower. I can't even speak, dude, what the fuck? God damn it! Black Sludge with Will-O-Wisp, Clear Smog, Flamethrower, and Hidden Power Ice, running 176 in HP, 252 in defense, and 80 in speed with a Timid Nature. That Timid Speed Nature is there for the Florges. Like I said, a Florges is very, very scary, especially if he gets up Calm Mind, which is why I originally wasn't bringing Weezing. I was bringing either Jolteon or Dragonite. I was bringing a Choice Banded Dragonite as well as a Choice Banded Zygarde. But I realized if Florges sets up Calm Minds, even with Choice Banded Dragonite, I can do a lot of damage with Iron Head, but I can't kill it, so I need to be able to beat that. Also, the one that I'm more scared about if I brought Dragonite instead of Weezing, if it brings a Calm Mind Slowbro, which is the reason that Joey won against Sorsen last season, I'm screwed. And because of, the reason Sorsen lost to a Calm Mind Slowbro is because the whole time Sorsen was clicking Roar. If it comes down to my 6 Mons against Slowbro and he starts Calm Minding, I might just straight up lose. I could straight up lose. Clear Smog basically negates that. It basically stops me from just losing, which is the big thing. I don't know if we'll see Slowbro and Florges. I'm pretty sure we will, but he might not bring both, but it deals with both anyway. Clear Smog is basically useless against the rest of his team. It hits Sceptile for good damage, it hits Typhlosion, but it's not really there for anything else other than those two. Flamethrower is there for obviously the Registeel and the Fortress, 2 steel types that can take my hits really, really well. And Hidden Power Ice is there for the Sceptile, so I can hit it a little bit harder than Clear Smog. And also the Gliscor, which Weezing is my immediate switch into because I'm immune to Earthquake, I'm immune to Toxic, I do a lot of damage to Hidden Power Ice. If he's specially defensive, I do 40%, which is awesome. Sure, I can't really stall it out, but it basically forces him to swap out, which is nice. And yeah, Will-O-Wisp was there just so I can also beat the Aggronix, the Regiseal, the Florges. Just burn them is nice. And finally we come to the last two mons, and a mon that I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are happy to see. We're actually gonna... God's sake, why does it do that? It's at the bottom so you can't really see it, but I've moved them there for you. We have... No, I didn't want that. I didn't want that showdown. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. We're gonna start with Nessie the Lapras. Only brought one game this season, and it was a game that it performed tremendously in against the Yodeler, which is such a funny battle. In that game, we ran a defensive set, and we're running the exact same set. We're running Leftovers, Water Absorb, but we're running Whirlpool, Power Song, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Now, Infestation is very, very scary. Aggronix gets it. I believe that's it. I don't think I'll add a lot of other mons. I think Gliscor might get it. But it's very, very scary. It's not a fun thing. And if I want to let a mon die, it's going to be Lapras. I'm going to go on a Lapras. I'm going to Whirlpool the Aggronix. I'm going to Whirlpool the Regiseal. I'm going to Whirlpool the Florges. I'm going to Whirlpool the Slowbro. I'm going to take hits like a beast from the Typhlosion. And I'm just going to Perish Song. And if I need to let Lapras die, I will. I have no problem. Rest and Sleep Talk is there because I want to get my health back, but I felt like Leftovers alone wasn't good enough. And Whirlpool does enough damage to where, like even if he lives... well, actually, no. Even if I don't get a Perish Song off and he stays in for, like, a few turns and he takes Whirlpool damage, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. He takes, like, 30%, which is really, really awesome. And against those mons, like, Registeel and Aggronix, who have no reliable recovery outside of Rest, that's really, really good. And next we have Uxie, the other mon in this core Vision, back again. One of the most tremendous Pokemon of this season. Leftovers, Levitate with Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch, running 200 in HP, 252 special defense, and 56 in speed with a, Careful Nature. This thing is there to put up rocks. I needed rocks because to secure a lot of my kills with Zygarde and Heatran, rocks need to be up. That's really important. And also Stealth Rocks are great because Typhlosion is a scary mon. It's a really, really scary mon, and I think it will 100% see it. So as long as I get up rocks, it's a little bit less scary. After 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins, I believe... Actually, we're going to check that. Well, I won't check it now, but... I believe Zygarde kills Typhlosion after 2 switch-ins on Stealth Rocks. I'm almost 100% sure. Now, Typhlosion is a funny mon because if he runs Choice Specs, he does incredible amount of damage. But then I just get to go into Heatran, and then I get to get a kill because he has to swap out. If he runs a Scarf set, he outspeeds a lot of my team, including Jolteon if I was to bring it, but I'm not bringing Jolteon. So I feel like he'll bring a Scarf set to outspeed Virizion and Jolteon, which is fine. He doesn't do a lot of damage then. U-Turn is there for Switch Initiative. Ice Punch is there for the Sceptile and the Gliscor, and Fire Punch is there for the Registeel and the Florges. Sorry, not the Florges. Fortress. They don't do a lot of damage, Ice Punch and Fire Punch, but they do enough to where they can't just sit there and roost on me, which is very, very important. This thing doesn't deal well with the Florges at all, but it's not meant to. That's not its job. And I'm really, really happy with this team, actually. Is it the best team in the world? I really don't think so. I think I could have done more things with it. I wanted to bring Dragonite, I wanted to bring Virizion, I wanted to bring Jolteon, and I can't believe we're bringing Zygarde again. I just didn't expect to, because, you know, it just... I only brought it one game this season. That was a game that I felt like I was obligated to bring it, and I kind of regret bringing it, actually. It might have actually probably lost me the game, because I could have put in a mon that would have done a lot better. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Zygarde is here, Zygarde is strong, and Zygarde is powerful, and we are ready to get into this. If you guys are cheering on your Cork City Starlies, and you are ready to see us take the championship against Sorsen and the Hurricane Island Lugias, I don't think I mentioned that, make sure to heavy slam that button down below for us, and subscribe. A lot of people want me to win, people from the Magma Conference want me to win, a lot of people want Sorsen to win from the Aqua Conference, so it's going to be a very, very interesting battle, and we will jump right into it now. So, Sorsen, good luck, and let's get into this. Oh my god, we're gonna get into this against Sorsen. I was just doing a few calcs there, and we're waiting for Sorsen now, so we're gonna get into this. If you guys are excited as I am, I'm very, very worried about this battle. I think we'll do okay. I think it'll go well. We're actually gonna jump right into it. So we bring... Holy fuck! He brings a very, very interesting team. He brings Ursaring, which I wasn't expecting. He brings offense. He brings offense. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. So, he's gonna set up the recording now, so, so he's setting up his recording right now. And he brings Luxray, which I'm very, very surprised about. I'm glad I brought Zygarde, just because I do have a electric immunity. I do wish I brought Jolteon, but it is what it is. Heatran is looking pretty good. He has 2 resistances to my Eruption in Typhlosion, which is immune, and Slowbro, which gets 2 shots, so that's awesome. Leads on his end. I think his leads are more than likely Typhlosion, Luxray, or Registeel. Typhlosion and Luxray got off immediate pressure, and Registeel to get off Stealth Rocks. So I'm glad I brought Weezing in the end, just because it's able to wall the Luxray. To a certain extent, it's able to take hits well and burn it. Well, actually, it has guts. We're gonna have to kill that thing. The good thing is, though, that I did bring Zygarde, so Choice Band Earthquake. He has no ground immunities. Wow, I forgot he didn't bring Gliscor. I was really expecting Gliscor, just because it's good against Zygarde and Dragonite, but he doesn't bring them. That is very, very shocking. That Guts Luxray is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. It could be Choice Scarf. We're gonna have to find out. Lapras is still pretty good though, because it's able to wall the Typhlosion, and it's able to kill the Registeel and Slowbro. It's able to Perish Song them, which is awesome. So I might just lead with Nessie, because the chances of him leading with Luxray. Well, who does he think I'm gonna lead with? I think he's gonna expect me to lead with Vision. Uxie. So I think the Registeel will lead just to get up his rocks, and he knows he walls Uxie. And if he leads with Typhlosion, like if he wants to lead with anything to beat Uxie, it's gonna be Typhlosion. So I think Lessie's a pretty good lead. I'm just trying to think right now. I believe he has 2 Guts users in Luxray. Well, the Luxray could be Intimidate. I don't know. I don't know, but he's using a very low tier team, which is pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. The only OU mon on his team is Slowbro. The only OU mon on my team is Heatran and Zygarde. So very low tier battle, actually. Yeah. We have 2 UU Megas. So very interesting. Stupid program lags. No problem, man. No problem, Thorsten. I actually am like very I'm very curious on his lead, because, well, let's think about it. All right. I think he's gonna either lead with Luxray or Typhlosion. So I think Zygarde's actually a pretty decent lead. Actually, I think Zygarde's a good lead, because if you don't know, I have enough speed to outspeed a jolly Luxray, which is good. I did that last second. At first, I was going to outspeed an adamant Luxray. If he's Choice Scarf, he'll outspeed me, but if he's Choice Scarf, he's not really doing a lot of damage. And, well, if he's Choice Scarf, he might be a bit of trouble, but it's alright. We could also lead with Heatran and just get a kill. We could just lead with Heatran and get a kill. We'll see here though. We'll see. I'm gonna pause it very quickly and just wait for Thorsten. So I'll be back in a second, guys. I know I took a long time to think about this at the start, but I want to make sure I can make the right play. I'm I was so sure that Slowbro and Registeel were gonna come. I was so sure Typhlosion, Sceptile, Luxray, and Ursaring. Very surprised about it. I was expecting the Florges and the Coffee, but I guess his team was a little bit too defensive for his liking, if he did that. So I'm getting back in a second, guys, and we're gonna get into this. Okay, so we're gonna get into this. Very worried about this battle, but I think I'll finally come up with a good strategy. I'm gonna lead with Zygarde, because if he leads with Registeel, we get off an Earthquake. If he leads with Typhlosion, we could swap out in Lapras and take the Hidden Power Ice if he has it. I like the Zygarde lead, because if he leads with Luxray, we're gonna outspeed him no matter what, unless he's a Choice Scarf variant. And a Choice Scarf Adamant Luxray can't kill my Zygarde with Ice Fang. So I'm gonna lead with Zygarde, as he leads with Jet the Ursaring. So kinda interested to see what this thing wants to do. We definitely outspeed it. He's definitely probably just going for the Protect, I would assume. This thing is kind of a problem for my team. Getting off damage would be nice, and this forces a Protect at least. So I could swap out into Weezing, but at the same time I feel like he might swap out into Slowbro, and then obviously going into Weezing would be a bad thing. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna click Earthquake. as we barely miss the kill on the Jet. He goes for Ice Punch, and does a lot of damage, but does not kill, and he gets the Toxic Orb. So Zygarde takes a lot of damage, but it was kind of worth it. This thing is a bit of a problem, and to be honest, this thing low is a good thing. So what do I do now? Uxie coming in here would be kind of nice. I'm not really sure what he wants to do. This thing will just die. Well, actually, it's Quick Feet now, so he'll just outspeed me, and I think he can go for like Crunch. So I'm gonna go in a Weezing. He's also about. He does go in a. I thought he'd go in a Slowbro. I really did think he would go in a Slowbro, but that's fine. I think I just want to. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I want to predict the swap into Typhlosion. I'm gonna predict the swap into Typhlosion or Registeel. Well, if I no, I'm gonna go to Lapras. I'm gonna go to Lapras. Psychic does very, very little, and I feel like the Luxray could come in here, but I don't care. I'm gonna click Whirlpool because if for some reason he stays in and tries to Calm Mind up at me, I will kill this thing. So he does go up. He does go into Dork the Luxray. We do see its Life Orb, or sorry, Whirlpool misses. That's unfortunate. We do see that it's Intimidate though, which is really nice. That's very, very important. I want to predict the Volt Switch, but I really can't. So I think I'm gonna go into Weezing. I feel like he's gonna click Volt Switch. I'm gonna go into Uxie because I feel like he's gonna click Volt Switch. As he goes for Superpower. Wow. Okay. So that's great. I get to get up my rocks now. I don't know what he wants to go out into. Not really sure, but I could care less. I click Stealth Rock as he goes for the Volt Switch, so we know he's not Scarf or Bandit, which is important. Zygarde outspeeds this thing. And right now, Zygarde outspeeds everything on his team, bar Sceptile with Mega Evolve. So in comes Jack, the Registeel. I am definitely going to U-turn, and I think I'm going to U-turn in a Heatran, because just immediate pressure would be huge. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to click the U-turn. I'm going to click the U-turn. I'm going to show him that obviously I'm not choiced in any way, but that's fine. I feel like rocks are obviously just going to get put up right here. If he goes for Earthquake on my Heatran, he swaps out in a Slowbro. Wow, interesting. Okay, so we're going to get a U-turn off. It does a little bit of damage, and I think we get to go into Blastoise, actually. I think we get to go into Blastoise. I think we get to go into Blastoise. Dark Pulse kills. So I'm going to go into Blastoise. I get my Mega off, and I also get to kill the Slowbro. I feel like Ursaring is coming in, but that thing being dead is still nice. And I'm not even going to predict. I'm just going to go click Dark Pulse. He does go into Ursaring, so I thought he'd do that just because it's the safe thing to do. He's going to see Dark Pulse, but it doesn't really matter. He knew how he had it anyway, so that Slowbro is still an issue, but knowing that, what do we know about the Slowbro? We don't know anything about the Slowbro actually, but we know it's at 88%, and we're assuming it's Regenerator. I've learned now that that number besides Slowbro is the number it had when it swapped out. It actually is at 100% because of Regenerator. I used to think that's the number, that's the amount of health it was at, but now I know. So just because on Showdown, I'm never sure with Showdown. So we kill the Ursaring, which is great. And I think either Luxray or Sceptile are definitely coming out here. Sceptile is interesting, because we could probably take a Leaf Blade and just... Well, we wouldn't kill, though. Yeah, see, that's the thing. He might not go into Sceptile, because he might not kill, but... Actually, Luxray wouldn't kill either, because he's not Bandit or Scarf. So he does go into Zen, the Sceptile. He named it after all people. What is it? Doruk. Typhlosion is... We don't know yet. Jack. Slowbro's Cobb. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, we have a little bit of dilemma here. We have a bit of a dilemma. My switch into this thing is Weezing or Uxie. Now, we could go for Earthquake, obviously, predicting Heatran. That would be the best case scenario. He could go for... He could swap out, predicting the Weezing. and go into Slowbro. But do I really care? I could also just go on a Yuxi, but Yuxi is very, very important for taking hits from the Typhlosion. I'm going to go on a Weezing. He does swap out, and he does go on a Slowbro. I thought he would, but there was no reason to predict there. He is in with Slowbro. I could have just clicked Dark Pulse, but that would be way too big. If I did though, I'd be a god. Oh my god. That thing would have died actually. So right here, I kind of just want to click Will-O-Wisp because, well, I don't really have to, but I'm just checking something. If he goes for Psychic, how much is he doing? Is what I want to know. First of all, Psyshock does too much, so Psychic actually probably does like 70%. Fuck that, we're not staying in. I think I'm gonna go in a Lapras. His response to this thing is Luxray, and that thing is constantly taking rocks. I'm gonna go to Nessie. We do swap out first, and he stays in and goes for Psychic again. He gets a crit, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And I kind of want to predict something here. I want to predict the Luxray. And I kind of want to go into Zygarde because I know I outspeed it, and I kind of get a kill. Because just out of curiosity, does Zygarde two-shot Slowbro? No, but it does a lot. Yeah, I can't. I wanted to predict the Luxray and I should have, but I really, really want to get that damage off in the Slowbro. But we are going to Whirlpool it. We get a crit, which is nice actually. A crit back is always good. And right here, we know that, you know, he can't swap out. Obviously, he has Volt Switch. So, Yuxi was my swap last time, so I feel like he's going for Crunch. So, I'm going to go in a Weezing because I don't want Yuxi to get too low. Goes for Ice Fang. So, he predicts the Zygarde that time. And, I'm going to go for... I think I'm going to click Clear Smog. See, it's so 50-50. Does he go into Typhlosion predicting Will-O-Wisp, or does he go into Registeel predicting the Poison type move? We really, really have him on the ropes right now. We have him in a great position. He's going to click Volt Switch. We could go on a Zygarde predicting the Volt Switch, because I'm pretty sure he gets freed by Whirlpool by doing that. So he has to click Volt Switch. If I lose Zygarde, what happens? I lose my offensive response to Luxray. Yeah. I'm just gonna click Clear Smog. He does stay in. So we see that we outspeed the Luxray. Which means what? We're at 193. Blastoise outspeeds the Luxray. Let me check again. Blastoise outspeeds the Luxray. That is huge. So he goes on a Jack. And I kind of do want to go in a Heatran. But I don't want to let him get rocks up either. And he doesn't have Cofagrigus, so he could predict Heatran and go into... I'm going to go to Blastoise. Fuck this. I'm going to go to Blastoise. He just puts up his rocks. That's fine. He gets his free swap out if he wants it, but I'm just going to click... Actually, no. I'm gonna click Aura Sphere because the swap into this thing... He doesn't really have one. If he stays in, I'm able to two-shot it. Easily. And if he swaps out, I just Rapid Spin on that. Just out of curiosity, because what I'm afraid of is that he goes for Thunder Wave or Toxic. What I'm afraid of is he goes for Thunder Wave or Toxic. We actually don't two-shot with Aura Sphere, which is fucking annoying. So he's especially defensive, and he goes for Toxic. That's what I thought he'd be, and I feel like he's definitely clicking Protect right here. Do I want to go into Heatran? Not really. Blastoise taking this damage is not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. And do I Rapid Spin or do I Aura Sphere? I can get rocks away later. Now that I know that I outspeed the Luxray, I also outspeed the Registeel and the Slowbro. I can get these rocks away later. But I feel like he's gonna swap in a. But he can't swap in a Slowbro. He has to just stay in. Something dies. And I don't want to let him go into Sceptile on a Rapid Spin for free. I don't want to let him get a free swap in a Sceptile on my Blastoise. Because then I'm in a bit of trouble. As long as I can make sure this Registeel, because like he could Toxic my entire team, and I can't let him do that. I knew that Protect was coming. It's a very, very standard set. It's a set he's run all the season. Stealth Rock, Toxic, Protect, and probably Seismic Toss. So Blastoise is going to take a lot of damage in this next turn. He's going to take Seismic Toss more than likely, and Toxic damage. So he's probably going to be at like 30%, which sucks. But actually, we have a lot of HP investment, so. We'll see. Well, let's think about it. Right now, we're at 195. So we go to 195, which is about 50%. And then we take Toxic. So yeah, about 30%. We'll see right here. Very, very interested to see what he does here. I feel like he's just going to stay in. He has nothing that's going to swap into this thing. And if he swaps in a Slowbro, I'm just going to click Dark Pulse, you know? And if he swaps in a Sceptile predicting the Rapid Spin or Luxray predicting the Rapid Spin, they both die. And now that we know we outspeed the Luxray, I'm not scared of it anymore. Because actually, Luxray probably dies to an Aura Sphere after rocks. See, and this is why I was so surprised when I didn't see the Florges. Goes for Seismic Toss. This is why I was so surprised when I didn't see... Does Dark Pulse kill? There's no reason to click it. My internet may have just gone down, but that sucks. But I don't know. Blastoise is getting very, very low, but it's fine. Blastoise isn't too important. It's just important for Rapid Spin. So I'm just going to click... Well, alright. Does Dark Pulse kill? Dark Pulse doesn't have a chance to kill it, especially after Life Orb, so I'm just clicking Aura Sphere. It's just click Protect. Like, it's obvious. That's what his play is. Now we die to another thing of... I feel like he's just going to click... Oh, that sucks that Blastoise just dies. It is unfortunate, but it is okay. Because killing this Registeel is so important for Zygarde and Weezing, really. So do I go for Aura Sphere? Okay, he's just probably going to click Protect again. Or he just swap out and he just go on a Slowbro. So I'm glad I just clicked Rapid Spin. Blastoise is going to die, but his sacrifice was not in vain. His sacrifice was not in vain. Right here, we get to do a couple of things. Now we don't have a great response to Slowbro. We still have Lapras, though. And I think I'm just going to click Whirlpool. Because I don't care if he swaps out. He swaps in a Luxray, it takes Rocks and Whirlpool damage. And we already know that Weezing just walls it. I'm going to click Whirlpool. He doesn't go on a Luxray. Whirlpool is my only attack, so... We do land it, which is perfect. Oh, it's leftovers. How did I not see that? What the fuck? So, right here, what do I want to do? The Typhlosion still isn't in, which is so scary. It's scaring me a lot. Now that we lost Blastoise, actually. Typhlosion is a little bit scarier. But it's okay. He's specially defensive, so I think 2 Fire Punches from Uxie would kill. The Registeel, I mean. So I'm just going to go on a Uxie. I'm going to go on a Uxie because I feel like it's just going to go for Volt Switch. Goes for Superpower, wow. Okay, so that works out really, really well. Actually, now that we see that, we get to click U-turn. We don't have to predict anything. And even if he has Crunch on this set, we can take a Crunch easy, especially after the -1. He might have Crunch. I don't know what his last move is. Might be Wild Charge. So we dare faster. I did forget about that. I kind of want to predict the Volt Switch, but I'm just going to go on a Weezing. I just go for Volt Switch. I wanted to predict that, but it was too risky. If he clicked Ice Fang for some reason, I forgot that it was faster than Luxray. I have to remember that. I'm not playing too well. I'm playing alright, but not too well. If he goes into Registeel right here, we get to kill it with Flamethrower. I believe we kill it with Flamethrower. Well, we'll kill it with 2. We'll kill the Registeel with 2. Actually, then we get to go on a Heatran, I think. Then I'm just going to say fuck it and go on a Heatran. And then get some kills. Start racking up some points. Get some points on the board, boy. He does go on a Zen the Sceptile. Do I want to let Weezing die? Yeah, because Luxray dies after rocks. Yeah, I'm going to let Weezing die right here. No reason to keep it around. I'm going to click Hidden Power Ice just in case he goes for Leaf Storm and misses or whatever. If he goes for Leaf Storm, actually, I should live it. So he just goes Dragon Claws and he's just going to kill me. It's fine. So, this is where Uxie comes in. Now, luckily, I can just click Ice Punch, right? I can click Ice Punch. It kills the Sceptile. If he goes to the Registeel, he takes Rocks and the Ice Punch, and then I can just Fire Punch, or go on a Heatran even. So, I'm going to click Ice Punch. I think he's just going to stay in and attack me. He might even just go into Luxray, actually. Actually, that's probably what he's going to do. He's probably just going to go into Luxray and let that thing die. And that's 4-4. And then we're really, really interested in what's going to happen. See, the Sceptile, I don't know if it dies to an extreme speed. I'll calc it after this turn. Because I think he goes in Registeel. I don't get the freeze, which is fine. He doesn't have Earthquake. Okay, so does he click Toxic or Seismic Toss? And do I care? Do I care? No, he's gonna click Stealth Rock. I'm gonna go to Heatran. He's gonna click Stealth Rock. Now we are, like I said, we are choiced. We're choice specs. The Typhlosion coming out is very, very obvious, but obviously he doesn't want to come in on Rocks and an Earth Power, so I'm just gonna click Earth Power. Nothing else he wants to take it. Sceptile actually might even die from choice specs. One actually, I'll click Earth Power. He goes for Protect, just to scout, and well, actually, we've actually, I didn't put my thing in here. Whoops. Offensive, choice specs. Just say modest with. No, not eruption. Whoops. Earth power. Earth power. Earth power. Earth power. Do you kill a Mega Sceptile? No, you don't even have a chance. But who cares? Dorok is just gonna die, which I shouldn't have said that. That's funny. He gets to go into Sceptile right here, and this is very, very interesting. Because Sceptile is almost at the point where I can just kill it with extreme speed. Actually, that's the next thing I'm going to check. Because I know I put 50 to 59. And he's sitting at, after rocks, 64. So we need to, if he comes in on one more layer of rocks, he's dead. To an extreme speed. Typhlosion has to take 2 as well. So in comes this Slowbro. And that's an easy switch into Lapras. Now Lapras is kind of getting low, which is kind of scaring me. So I think I'm going to double on a Uxie, predicting the Sceptile. If he goes on a Registeel, well, Sceptile takes rocks. I don't know if I'm playing this right. I need to slow down. He's gonna swap out. He could go into Registeel. If he goes on Registeel and I go on a Uxie, I'm in a bad spot. If I go on a Heatran and he goes at a Sceptile, I'm in a bad spot. If I click Whirlpool, I get off 24% guaranteed on the Sceptile as long as I hit. And then whatever. And then plus whatever. Chill Drive, I don't care. And then. No, not modest. Timid. Let's see how much world... Well, actually, no. Let's just check surf at 15 power, because actually... no, 35 power. 3%. He does just stay in. He does just stay in, so I think we're going to kill the Slowbro. If he starts Calm Minding here, I'm not scared. If he Thunder Waves, I'm even less scared because I could just rest. If he gets 2 crits in a row, he'll kill me with Psychic, but at that point I'm like, dude, what could I done? What could I have done? Now he's trapped, though. Now he's trapped. And I am going to click Rest. I've checked. If you click if I click Sleep Talk and get Power Song, actually, I'm not even gonna click Sleep Talk. I don't think, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I want to keep my last move a mystery. Gonna go on a Yuxi. Easy prediction. He might not even have Scald, but he does go for Scald. Good play. But it didn't matter. Slowbro is dead. Slowbro is dead. We take a hit from Typhlosion if he's not Choice Specs, and we take a hit from Sceptile. So in comes Jack the Registeel. I think he's going to Toxic me, to be honest. I think he's going to Toxic me. So I think Lapras is actually the correct play again. This might come down to, can we kill the Registeel so we can sweep with a Extreme Speeding Zygarde? That might be what it comes down to. Do we wake up on the next turn? Rest, fast asleep. No, we need to take one turn. So, I'm actually not too comfortable going in the Lapras. He's definitely clicking Seismic Toss here. Actually, I think I'm just going to click Fire Punch. Because... yeah, he's just going to click Seismic Toss. And we might be able to kill... See, this is where I think the Typhlosion will come in. So I'm going to U-turn... Ooh, I really want to predict the Typhlosion coming in, because he knows Typhlosion doesn't take that much. If I click U-turn, I'm just going to go into Lapras. Keeping vision around is important, just as Death Fodder if I need it. This match is down to the wire! Oh my god! Please predict the Typhlosion. Please predict the Fire Punch. Predict the Fire Punch. He doesn't. Damn it. He's gonna click Seismic Toss. How much power does Eruption have at 88? And then I go down to... what's 261? What's 261? So I'm at 261. What's 261? 261. 72, and then I go down to 47. Yeah, Eruption has barely any power then, right? 70 base power. So, no, I'm just gonna go into Lapras because having an immunity to fire could be important. But having Lapras around might be important as well. Zygarde is my key to winning though, so I'm gonna go on Lapras. There's no reason to let you try and take that damage when it is kind of my key to winning. He goes for Toxic. Wow. Wow. All right, so I get to waste a sleep turn here. I'm gonna click Sleep Talk. And we get Whirlpool! That is unbelievable. That is unbelievable. He doesn't have Rest, so he's probably just going to click Protect here. I think I want Lapras at high health. So I'm going to click Rest. He should die, because Whirlpool is 5 turns. So if he's taking 3 every turn, no, 6 every turn, he definitely dies. He definitely dies here, and he's trapped. He cannot swap out. He cannot swap out. Lapras is doing the absolute finest of work right now. I am so happy about Lapras. And, we do wake up. We go for rest. We go for rest. Like Seismic Toss. Does very, very little. And he dies next turn. He dies next turn, so I'm not even going to click Sleep Talk. Again, I want to... Oh, I've already shown it. Whoops. Well, it doesn't matter. I still don't want to click Sleep Talk. So if I click Perish Song, it might force me to swap out. And I don't want that. So he'll die this turn. So Registeel goes down. His extreme speed immunity is dead. So in comes Sceptile for sure. I'd be shocked if he doesn't go in a Sceptile. How much? I think he has it. I think he won. Because it depends on how Sceptile is invested. Because I let Uxie get low, which maybe wasn't the right play. Nessie should be able to take a hit. He goes in a Pablo. So, fast asleep. I have to click Sleep Talk here. I think he's going to go for Focus Blast and kill me, which is fine. I want to find out. See, he might still have it. See, I don't know. I do not know. See, his 2 offensive mons are left, and so just the Typhlosion just hasn't taken enough damage. I'm going to click Sleep Talk. Goes for Focus Blast. He does land it. We do live. Our special defense falls, which means we will die to another one. We get rest. So, kinda comes down to whether he misses his Focus Blast here. Well, I don't know. He does land it. Actually, I click Sleep Talk, which is the bad play because I was woken up anyway. So I get to go into Uxie now. And I'm really, really unsure about what to do here because I don't know. I think he wins. I think he barely wins. I'm gonna click Ice Punch. See, I have to hope that he's Choice Scarf. He goes for Eruption. Gets a crit, which didn't matter. So he is... Yeah, it comes down to him landing a Focus Blast. It does come down to him landing a Focus Blast. I'm gonna click... Ooh, I'm actually kind of stuck in a position as well. If he's in Bare Ground, he'll go for it and kill me. But he's not Choice Specs, so I don't think he can kill me. He's not Life Orb either. If he I don't know. This is very, very close. No matter what happens, I can't be upset. I played well, I feel. If he's in Bare Ground, I might live it. I'm very, very heavily bulk invested as well. I don't know. This is so... I'm very, very, very concerned. If he swaps in a Sceptile, it puts him at the range where he dies. I'm not going to do the calc now. I'm not going to check if Zygarde kills a Typhlosion for 51% because it might not end up mattering. I just have to hope he misses Focus Blast. I mean, he's landed 2. And he has Eruption, not Flamethrower. If he's in Bare Ground... No, he's in... I'm pretty sure we lost. Which is kind of upsetting. But like I said, I can't be upset. We played very, very well. If he goes in a Sceptile right now, it puts him in range of an E-Speed from Zygarde. So if he makes that play, I'm actually really happy. Because then it comes down to a simple calc. Does Zygarde kill a Typhlosion with Choice Band from 51%? I think we would. Because we kill a Sceptile from 54%. He's probably calcing right now to see if he can kill with Focus Blast. I really, really hope he swaps in a Sceptile. I hope he swaps in a Sceptile. Please swap in a Sceptile. If he swaps in a Sceptile predicting the Earth power, we win. If he swaps in a Sceptile predicting the Earth power, we win. I'm not gonna go and check my Pokemon calculator because I don't want to check. I don't want to miss it. Again, I can't be upset. My heart is beating so freaking fast. God damn. You brought a very, very unorthodox team, and so did I. We didn't bring our main Pokemon almost. I didn't bring Dragonite. He didn't bring Cofagrigus. Very, very odd teams, but it'll come down to this. It'll come down to this. If I live and he goes in a Sceptile, I still might lose. Because I don't... No, I don't want to miss it. I don't know if I kill with Zygarde from... How much percent? I don't know if he has Earthquake. Actually, I don't even know if Earthquake could kill a Heatran from here, because Heatran is so bulky. But it depends on his investment, like I said. It depends on the Sceptile's investment, whether we win or not. If we got a Whirlpool off, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't really know how it would change anything. Because I think it's a 1-0 in someone's favor. Either his Sceptile kills Zygarde and Heatran, or my Zygarde kills his Typhlosion and Sceptile. I think that's what it comes down to. I don't know, though! I'm very, very worried. I don't know if I disconnected. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, he goes for Focus Blast, and he gets a crit. Good game of Sourcing, man. I don't know if that crit mattered. It might have. And he does land the Focus Blast. I can't be upset. If we get 2 crits in a row, we win, but I'm not counting on it. Good game of Sourcing, man. Just out of curiosity. I know it probably didn't, but no, not Zygarde. Heatran. But like, the 150 investment that I have, does that kill? Let's assume he's Expert Belt. Yeah, it did matter. It did matter. The Focus Blast did matter. The crit did matter, unfortunately, because I was at 88%, I believe. With Expert Belt, it cannot kill me. So the crit did matter, which is unfortunate, but that's the game we play. If you get 2 crits right, actually, I don't know if Zygarde... let me check. Extreme Speed does not kill. It would kill after another entry of Rock. So if he swaps out for whatever reason, I mean, then we win. But like, yeah, good game to source, man. We're gonna lose 2-0 probably, or 1-0. If we get a crit here, it's a 1-0. If we get a crit again, we win. But I'm not counting on it. Very, very unfortunate at the end there. Like I said, the crit did matter on the guy, but I don't think it would have mattered. I think he still would have gone in a Sceptile. If he missed the Focus Blast, it would be a different story altogether. If he missed Focus Blast, I might be able to take an Earthquake from Sceptile, depending. But it is what it is. That's probably going to be a loss for us. It is a loss. I've kind of bowed out at this point. I'm really upset that Zygarde didn't get to do as much. I'm annoyed that Blastoise just straight up died. Blastoise was one of my checks to Typhlosion. He was able to take on Typhlosion really, really well. He goes for Extreme Speed. I do not kill, and he goes for Hidden Power Ice and is going to kill me. So a 2-0 for Sourcing. Good game, man. I definitely feel like the game could have gone either way. It was up to the fate of Hacks, and it just came down to him landing 3 Focus Blasts and critting. So they did matter, but in the end, I feel like Sourcing would still win. So we come second, which really, really sucks. But you know what? If I'm going to lose anyone, I'm going to lose a Sourcing. And I know that this battle was definitely winnable for me. And I definitely know that I did my best. And good game to Sourcing again. Sourcing will not be returning to the Season 4, I believe. I believe he said that already. I believe he's already made clear that he's going to take a season and just bow out for a while. But this is our first loss since Craft, I believe, so that's pretty unfortunate, guys, but it is what it is. This is the game we play, and we will definitely be back for more soon. The next season will start up in a few months, probably around Sun and Moon when that drops, and we'll use all the Mega Evolutions from that and stuff. and then no, we're doing the King of the Hill, and then we're doing the Sun and Moon thing. So yeah, really unfortunate, guys, but I really enjoyed the battle, and I hope you guys did too. That's all from me, guys. We will be back for next season, and we will try to reclaim the throne. But that's it from me, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye.